Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 6 of Beyond the Bottle. If you are new here, I am Elise Hanselman, and I am bringing you this doTERRA interview series because I wanted to highlight real stories from the people who are creating an impact in their lives and others' lives and in this world. And so I am so excited to have a good friend of mine, Jamie Peterson, for episode 6. So Jamie, welcome. Thanks for being on.
Thanks, Elise. Happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you on. And you're where again? You live in what state?
I live in Wisconsin. Yep, Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yep. I don't know why. I truly always think you're on the East Coast. Like I have a mental block about it for some reason. You're in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Awesome. And okay, so before we dive in, just tell everyone, you already said where you live. Like, do you have a family? Tell everyone just a little bit about yourself.
Yep. So I'm a mom and a grandma and a wife, and we have a couple of dogs, and I enjoy traveling and being outside and sharing essential oils.
Yay, love that. So, okay, that's actually a good transition because what were you doing before doTERRA, whether the product or the business? What did your life look like? What were you doing? Did you have a job? Where were you at?
Yeah. So I have a chemistry and business degree, and out of college, I worked for 15 years as a chemist, primarily doing night shift work. And that just got really hard for myself and my family. I called myself a mom zombie. Sometimes, I work 12 hours at night, then a mom all day.
Did you do like overnight shifts?
Yes. Yeah.
Gosh, that's hard, lady.
Yeah. So then I transitioned into a different role as an office manager at a concrete company. And that was okay. I enjoyed what I was doing, but what I did not enjoy was having a boss telling me when I could take vacations, determining how much wage I would make, when I would get bonuses or not, things like that. And so that was kind of my pre-doTERRA phase, which I feel like probably a lot of people are in that, work mode right now.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people, I don't think anybody likes having to ask someone to take a break, or God forbid an emergency pops up and they have to, tell someone what they're doing,
Right.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Why did you switch from being a chemist for so long, and that's your background, to did something happen that you did not like that position anymore?
Well, the office manager was Monday through Friday. It was daytime shift. So at least I was able to sleep and attend like sporting events in the evening and things like that. So that was kind of the reason for that move.
A normal, schedule, like in the day, not being a momby anymore,
Right.
I love that. Okay. So, and that you said was okay, but not your vibe, not like the best job ever. So you were kind of internally searching for, or did you know you were searching for more, or you kind of weren't actively searching for more?
So it was interesting. So my current daughter-in-law's sister had a doTERRA business. And so I didn't really know her that well at the time, but what I saw was like her lifestyle. I saw her going on vacations, Costa Rica, Mexico, things like that. I saw her having like daytime girl events, being able to, be at the school, doing all these things. And I'm thinking, how is she doing this? Like, I don't have enough part-time, paid time off to do all this. And like, what is this? Tell me more about this lifestyle. So I literally reached out to her. I'm like, can we meet? Like, what is this? I knew nothing about essential oils. I literally wanted to come in for the business because I needed to know what this time freedom was all about. So she kind of didn't get back to me right away. and then I asked her again, and then we met. And I remember we met for lunch, and I was working that day. I had 30 minutes to meet with her. We went. I kept looking at my watch, like, how much time do we have? I ordered my first package, and I told her, I have to decide what I'm going to do. I'm either going to do it all in or nothing. This is really weird, but I didn't even know what MLM stood for. I had no idea. I just wanted to have this lifestyle. So the next day I got the Natural Solutions kit, and I had my very first class, about a couple of weeks later. I never had been into direct sales at all. I never went to any of those parties. I never hosted any of those parties. So my first event was pretty successful because people were like, what in the world is Jamie doing? She has never done anything like this. I got to come see what's going on. So, yeah, and then just everything has been so fun since. I mean, of course, we have ups and downs, but I have so many pinch me moments right now. Like, is this really my life? I'm so thankful that I took the step to ask, like, what is this that you're doing?
Wow. I love, because you're a rare one, because as you know, in experience, like most people come in because of health issues for the product. And you're one of the rare ones that were like, I want to know about the business. So I love that you're my first person that I've interviewed that came in for the business. And I love that you were the one, that reached out to that person. What a jackpot for her,
Right.
And so were you into natural at all? And you just didn't know oils, or like this was literally your first?
I wasn't into natural. I mean, I was thinking of being a pharmacist when I was going to college. And then a pharmaceutical drug rep. I actually interviewed for things like that. I worked in a pharmacy. Like, I knew medication and things like that. That's all I was really introduced to. So I don't really know that I was into natural things, maybe a little bit. Like, I was making some soaps and like, different healthcare products myself, but I wouldn't say that I really was into natural health at that time. Now I wish I would have known about them, 30 years ago.
Right.
Especially when my kids were little, and being a young mom and having these tools to reach for, I just wish I had it. And that's another part of my passion of wanting to share, is making sure that everybody who needs them has access to them, because I didn't.
Love that. I mean, it definitely, I can see how that becomes a part of your why, right? Because you're like, I wish I would have had these. So, okay. So I'm going to actually invert my question that I ask other people, because I usually am like, okay, you loved the product, and like, what was the moment where you're like, okay, there's more here. There's a business side. But yours was kind of opposite. So I just want to ask you, so you came in, you're obviously learning about the products adjacent at the same time, right, as the business. Was there a moment for you when you had an epiphany about the business that, like, because like sometimes I feel like we get started and you're like, let me see, I don't really know what this is yet. Was there a moment where you're like, wow, this is real and I'm going to really run with this? Or did you run right from the beginning and learn as you go?
I just ran from the beginning and learned as I go. I kind of just go with it. But what kept me going, what still keeps me going, is like the messages I get from people. Like, my child has slept through the night and the first time ever, they woke up dry, they've been a bedwetter, like all of the little things that, like, even I just got a message yesterday after I met a lady, and she called me an angel for bringing these products into her life. It's just, that's my validation that I am where I need to be, is all of these beautiful messages and testimonials that I receive from people.
It's definitely the most fulfilling job I've ever had, right? I always tell my new leaders that, like, just wait till you get that first thankful message that you changed someone's life. So I love that you mentioned that. So, okay, let me ask you this then. So how long did it take? Like, how long did you work both, right? Like, you had your office manager job, you're diving into doTERRA. Did you stay working there long?
Okay, so it was like less than a year after I started doTERRA. And it takes a while to get things going. It's not an immediate thing, but it's kind of an interesting story of how I actually put my resignation in. I would diffuse at my desk, and at the time a new person was hired, and we didn't really get along that well. And anyway, the day that I resigned from my job, she wrote an email to my boss saying, I can't work if Jamie diffuses in her office. And that is the day that I quit.
I love this. This is the best quitting story ever.
So I am grateful that she came into that position, because had she not, I probably still would have been sitting there. But I feel like it was actually, sent to be like this awkward situation that gives me in this place where I'm like, this is not worth it. I have better things to do than be where I'm at right now.
Wow, that is the best story. That really, really is. I feel like there's so many moments where people like have that moment where they wish that they could just be like, all right, I quit, I'm done. And you actually were able to have that. So
Yeah.
that is really powerful. Love that. You're like, fine, you don't have to smell my diffuser anymore. Goodbye.
Yeah. And then, of course, I put my whole heart into doTERRA, which is where I meant to be. Yeah, otherwise, it was maybe 3/4 of my heart because some other part was focused on a different position, you know?
Mhm. Wow, I love that. So yeah, so that wasn't that long then of a transition, and definitely meant to be for you to do doTERRA full time. So I mean, obviously you mentioned just the feeling of helping people and serving them and getting those messages from people. How else would you say the doTERRA business has impacted your life? Like, what is just the strongest thing that you're like, my life is completely different because of this?
Okay, so I said I live in Wisconsin, right? So we have winter weather. I no longer have to drive into the office when it's a snowstorm. I can work from home in my pajamas if I want. Actually got dressed nice, I think, for you guys today, but family things, vacations. So when my youngest grandson was born, I flew to Texas after the mom was going back to work, and I just held him for 12 days and rocked him. You know, it was just like, and a paycheck still came. You know, of course, I was doing a few things here and there, but I love the ability to be able to, like, what you put in is what you get out. And in a traditional job, that's not really how it always works. You can be really working really hard, maybe more passionate, you know, like more driven than other coworkers, and you might still be making the same wage. I just love that there's no cap. If you have these seasons where you really want to buckle down and grow your business, go for it. And then if you have a season, like I'm going to be going to Greece in a couple of weeks for 3 weeks in Bulgaria, and I will still get a paycheck, and I will probably be sharing oils across the globe. But I just feel like that is just something that is rare and very precious to me.
Such a good answer, because and it's half the reason why I'm doing this is I just want other women or men to see that there are other options. Like you said, you don't have to be capped with your pay. You don't have to be worked to death for salary. You have, like, the word that kept coming up for me when you were talking about that is choice. Like, you have choices. You have the freedom to make your own choices of what you value in life, where you want to put your time in. I mean, and isn't that the most valuable thing that we have, right? Is our time and how we want to spend that. So I thought that was a very powerful answer. So I always tell everyone on these videos, like, you know, we in doTERRA are just team doTERRA. We live in an abundance mindset. And so I always mention every video that, like, if you guys are vibing with Jamie and you're like, ooh, I'd love to work with her, I want to connect with her, like, her story speaks to me, please, you know, if you can't find her on Facebook, reach out to me and I will connect you with her, anyone that I've interviewed, because, you know, we just want to pair you with the person that, you know, would support you the best and that you feel that you'd like to work with. So I guess in closing, and my final question is that, you know, there's probably going to be a lot of women out here watching this and are unsure, right? They might be unsure if this is real, or that, you know, is this an actual way to make money? And, you know, could I do this? Or how would I find the time? I already have a job. All the thoughts that us as women have. What would you say to them? What would you say? Like, what would you say to someone who's debating on getting started with a doTERRA business?
That's a great question. I probably could talk to him on that. I would say don't wait. Like, I'm really glad I jumped in when I did, because once you see how fulfilling it is, you will have wished you would have started earlier. Like I said, I always have these pinch me moments. Like, is this really my life as I'm sitting by the ocean or sharing oils on an airplane, or I am my office wherever I go? I can be doing my business. It's just a beautiful, beautiful company. You know, we're helping so many people, not only the people that buy the oils and products on this side of the bottle, but all the farmers across the world. I really feel like we're making a true impact. And so join us, right?
Join us. What a great way to end it. Join us. And I love that, like, my office is wherever I go. That's going to be my headline for this interview. That was such a great statement. Isn't she awesome, you guys? Like, how powerful. I love that you get to enjoy being a mom and a grandma and have all these choices. And I hope you have an amazing time in Greece and Bulgaria. I totally wish I was joining you. I'm having FOMO about that. But Thank you so much for being on and giving us your time. And I'm sure you're going to speak to a lot of women out there that are watching this. And I just appreciate you being on, Lainey. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Elise.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.